Good evening, everyone, and thank you for being here in solidarity with the struggling people of Negros Island. I feel as though everything that I wanted to say has already been said by the other activists who have delivered a message already, but I'm going to say it anyway just to emphasize it. So, on behalf of the Revolutionary Student Movement of Canada, Vancouver section, we bring our warm and militant greetings to the people of Negros Island. We send our solidarity to these people in opposing growing state fascism across the Philippines, imperialist plunder, and neoliberal policies. We are first and foremostly concerned about growing state fascism in the Philippines. Although martial law has yet to be extended nationwide, the conditions for martial law are already there when there have been recent killings of peasant leaders by state forces such as the Armed Forces of the Philippines. This shows that militarization continues to instill fear in defenseless peasant communities on Negros Island. And this is due to the U.S. Duterte regime's Upland Kapayapaan counterinsurgency program, which attempts to silence the people's genuine and justified resistance against the conditions which brought about their poverty in the first place, including exploitative landlords and sugar barons. Duterte's intention to end peace talks between the government of the Republic of the Philippines and the National Democratic Front additionally shows his contempt for the people, but instead he shows his desire to benefit the oligarchs and the notorious human rights violators and U.S. collaborationists in his government, including Defense Secretary Lorenzana, AFP Chief Año, and Esperon. We stand with the Filipino people in calling for the immediate lifting of martial law, in holding the U.S. Duterte regime accountable in its terrorism against people, and in calling for the freedom of all political prisoners, including the Kabataan 8, who have recently opposed the extension of martial law in Congress and were arrested as a result of their actions. Being based in Canada, we are also concerned about mining companies in Canada who want to exploit Negros' rich copper reserves, among other minerals, for their benefit. These mines leave an environmentally destructive legacy in the communities where they operate. And more broadly, national industrialization and the sovereignty that the Filipino people want are harmed by these mines. As such, we in Canada extend our solidarity to all the people in the Philippines and across the world in opposing these forms of Canadian imperialism. And even under these conditions of intensifying state fascism and neoliberalism under the U.S. Duterte regime, we are inspired when the people of Negros Island are taking matters into their own hands by building communities based on social and economic justice towards a just and lasting peace. In particular, we are inspired by the recent reclamation of over 2,000 hectares of land by peasants on Negros, which is a step towards genuine land reform, the building of people's power when communities in Negros can provide their own electricity, and the protests by Anagbayan and Lead of Filipino students in Negros in opposing the K-12 educational program, among other neoliberal attacks on education, which only limit students' access to education. We are inspired by these efforts, and once again salute the martyrs of the ongoing struggle in Negros, and extend our support in helping the struggling people against imperialism, feudalism, bureaucratic capitalism, and all forms of reaction. Long live international solidarity!
Long live international solidarity!
Land to the tillers!
Land to the tillers!
Imperialismo! Ibagsak! Thank you.